because though it is not warm, but everybody is wearing shorts. Every 100 meters above the sky, the temperature will drop 1 degree Celsius. So you can finish your work when you are in a certain height. If you are flying higher, you'll feel cold. And then your physical conditions will be affected, and your performance in the competition will also be affected. So they need gloves to keep warm. So when you are higher up, you need to keep from cold. This is the World Cup warm-up. So, what items are for competition? And there are 3 phases. The first is the fixed point competition. The second is the special point. And then there are the racing. There are 3 stages. And the scores will count according to the time and the distance and efficiency. And when you count the total of the scores, you can achieve the final score. It is like the motor bid. When you accomplish all these tasks, you will have the time score. And if all of the people have accomplished those tasks and within a certain amount of time, we'll see who have made it quicker. Also, the pilot, if one pilot is ahead of all others and he is the leader, so why should he be given such a score for leading? Because he will give others a reference if there are air currents or if the airflow is in disorder. So he is always leading. That is why we'll give some paybacks, some pace. So he is the leader and he pioneers the way. He is at risk to pioneer the way, and so his height is not certain, and when he flies, he will meet different kinds of airflows, and he may turn around, and he may also make different turns. And your flying computer will record your track of your flying. And the computers will count your score. How much scores did you have? The higher the score, the higher the achievement. We know that the final result is based on the accumulated scores. Whether the personal accumulated scores will affect their ranking in the international competition, yes. This is a second-class competition. In the official website, you can see the accumulated scores of every individual at the end of this year, and there is a total rank. You can see what is your rank. So this is also a reference for you to participate in some competitions. Some big competitions need these accumulated scores, because the parachute competition is not attended by everyone. Some big competitions only need those who are in top 100. Only when you are in top 100 can you participate in some big competitions. It is for the safety concerns, and also there are some requirements for the order. We require the domestic parachuters to have license above sea level. And also they have the track of the flying record. Those who have over 40 kilometers of the distance of flying are allowed to participate in some competitions, and most players have flown over the sky. The official starting time is 12:30, and they will start in a starting point, and here they are just flying over the sky to fly to some areas that are designated for the starting line. Someone also asked us to wait for 2 or 3 minutes. What are they waiting for? Through the players on the sky, they can judge this, that the airflow now is not so good because the parachuters are not flying high. If they're not in a certain height, they cannot accomplish certain tasks. So they are waiting, and they are watching the parachuters on the sky to judge what is the best time for flying. But before 12:30, you must go to the designated place. You may also start earlier, but you start later than others. And so you're at a later starting point. So nobody wants to be late than 12:30. So we can see most of the parachuters are here. Just now we have watched a detail that some surged instantly and some fall instantly, and it is all depend. They all depend on the airflow, and sometimes they rise suddenly because there is a airflow that is rising, and another parachuter just meets airflow that pushes him to fall down. So this is very interesting, that you never know when you set out what air currents will you meet, and they are full of uncertainties. We can see that whether you are in a high position or low position, so you can judge yourself. This is different from other competitions, from most competitions, and everybody is in the same starting line, and everybody starts at the same time. But in this competition, we just give you a time for starting, and you yourself can fly to the designated starting point when the competition starts. And you are not in the same height. Why they are not in the same height? It depends on your technology, your skills. You can determine where you can fly higher, because the height means the distance. And if there is no height, there is no distance, and you will not fly far. So people have different judgments, and people find different positions for starting line. So the parachute it depends on the airflow and the wind to fly high or fly over some distance. In May the 16th, 26th, it has been set into the date for the starting of the competition, but the organizing committee and players, when we are in the mountain, we found that the airflow is not good, it is not suitable for flying, and the organizing committee said that it is not safe. So the 3 days before are not suitable for flying, but today everybody feels that it is good for flying, and so the players said that we cannot wait to fly, and we have been waiting for 3 days. Many of the athletes just now, when they start to fly, they find their suitable heights, and the heights will affect will the heights affect their achievements. When they start to fly, they must calculate their height, and because they must consider their fuels. Without fuels, they cannot accomplish the flying tasks. So all of the players will find some positions, and they may observe other players and other parachute, they may judge if there are rising airflow or falling airflow. When they know all their positions and they can calculate some distances to accomplish some items. So the weather condition is very important. The weather condition is key to the flying. The competitions officially starts at 11:30, but when at 10:30, when asked the chief reference, when should we start, they cannot determine. So it means that 1 hour before the competition, and we cannot determine when to start. And at 10:30, the organizing committee have convened some meetings and they have discussions, then determine that the distance is 47.1 kilometers. So the weather conditions is key to the competition and it is a key factor. So, as for the items, every reference panel, referee panel, and the project leader will determine, according to the weather conditions, they will observe the weather conditions to see if there are good air currents and how far can they fly, what is the suitable distance. They must have different considerations, and they must determine that about 30% of the parachuters have accomplished the flying tasks. Then the competition is a success. And we have 4 players. Before this, 4 players will have a trial. The observers will observe the conditions of the 4 players to determine what items should be set.
这个科目跟比赛时间之前会有4个试风员先出去试试今天的天气情况、气象条件情况、气流情况怎么样，然后观察员包括组委会的咱们裁判还会根据这个情况来设定今天的比赛的项目。所以滑翔伞的这个运动呢，它不像很多运动一样，会说我们转到这边啊，我们的镜头可以给到我们后面。其实这个时候。 这个地方是比赛的开赛时间，开赛场就是开窗的这个起点吗？这个是什么情况呢？因为大家都在这儿飞嘛。因为你看伞。
Everybody flies here.
对，有飞高的。
You can see there are some parachuters who are flying higher, and everybody should fly to that position. We know that the air current here is very good, and so many people are waiting here.
D02 方向。
And it's D02 direction. It's not starting from this. When the time is right, they will go to. So people are also concerned that when it is 12:30, you can see all parachutes. Yes, there are also 1 player. The wind direction has changed. So he aborts the last. He's the last player to fly. So the observers are telling him something. We can see that from the left-hand direction there are some problems. We can notice him that he must, in a hurry, to fly. So all of the other working staff are helping him, are assisting him. But as for the testing work, they must do it themselves. Whether the equipment is complete, whether the buttons are fixed, and including also the helmet. There are 2 kinds of the gliders. When it starts, there is a process for rising up to the sky. If it rises fast, then it means that the air current is strong, and the vice versa. You can see the parachute over there. When we have rich experience, we will find the right position. When it is in some height, you must wait in some. So it is. You may have advantages. The good air current is before 15 p.m. and they can seize this time to accomplish all tasks. So when they meet some strong wind or the falling air current, then they may accomplish the task ahead of time. So there is a score of the distance. It does not mean that everybody can accomplish this task, and if you are not lucky, then you just arrive to some certain point. If you accomplish 2 items, then your final scores will be counted according to your achievements. When you are not in the starting line, and then you flee, and then your final score is your starting point score. So I feel that your luck is also very important, but you should be serious. Can you meet the good air current? We can see this place is Linlu Mountain. It is regarded as the best air and paragliding base in Asia. We can see a big plain. It is picturesque. Here we can see that all the mountains and sceneries below us are all in our eyes. Why it is called the best paragliding base? Because the relative height is 850 meters. The altitude is 1,200 kilometers. Also, the distance of the mountain is 30 kilometers. So it is the suitable distance for the air gliding. And also there are a long time which is suitable for air paragliding. And also the parachute. Also the bases, the stations for paragliding, there are so many of them. In this way, the safety of the parachuters can be guaranteed. So that is why it is good for them to fly. And also there are many air currents. When the air blow in this way, the paragliders may fly along the cliff. They can easily use the air currents above the cliff. So it is unique in Asia. Since the past 30 years, it has held over 30 competitions of the paragliding. In August, he will join in the Asian Games, and it is the first time for the paragliding to be incorporated into the Asian Games. Before, you have also participated in many competitions, and you have been to many paragliding bases, and compared with the foreign paragliding bases, what is the distinctive feature of this base? What is the best advantage? The biggest advantage is that it is even, and the vision is broad. Also, the altitude is high. There are different places for sparkling the airflow. Also, the mountain is long. There are many flyable areas. We can see there are so many parachutes here. It is still not crowded. The airspace is also broad. It is rarely seen in overseas bases. Many of the netizens know that some bases in India, and also they are the top paragliding bases. If you come this time, you'll find that it is picturesque. Many of the players have told us that it is beautiful and the base is sound, and they also have good expectations for them, and they hope they can be into the top 10. In previous 3 days of waiting, they much desire to attempt to participate in this competition. It is about 12:30 now. When the window is open, they will fly according to the track they have set before. They will first consider how they should fly and what is their track. They are very familiar with this, and they have rich experience. When they set their tasks, they will have a fly plan. How to use the different segments of time, and whom should I follow? And whether they can accomplish the task, it depends on whether they can find a very suitable airflow and must appropriately use the airflow, and they must save their fuel to swiftly accomplish the tasks. When it comes to the height, and it's 47.1 kilometers, so they must fly to some height. Can they fly to some destinations? Yes. Without such a height, they cannot reach to the destination. And the bottom of the cloud is 1,500 kilometers. And then you cannot reach above 1,600 kilometers. So there are many considerations during the flight. You can see many people are in the same area to wait for the flying. It is not like automobiles. If you want to have a break, then you can stop instantly. Because of weather conditions, you are pushed forward. So what is the traffic rule in the sky? In case of colliding, what will happen? The traffic rules in the sky is strict. And according to the international rule, left cycling is for the single number, and as for the double number, it is for the cyclone direction. If in case of emergencies, you can turn rightward. If you can avoid the dangers, the turning rightward is okay. But in order to avoid dangers, and according to the international rules, you should fly by complying with the rules. Or you will collide with other parachutists, other players. So we must guarantee safety. And only on this basis can we talk about the achievements. Is she player? Yeah, she is the player. Many of the players have flown over our site, and through our camera we cannot see them. We can have a look at this paraglider. Can you have an introduction for this paraglider? And this is the paraglider. It is the position for it over the sky. The key is the thing above this, and this is the head of the paraglider, and this is the belt. This is for carrying the players, and you can have a look, and this is so easy. And this is the brake. It controls our direction. So you can hold this belt to control the direction. So in this way, the position of the parachute will be changed. And so this is a brake. The paraglider, as for the mainstream, there are upper face and down and bottom face. This is the hole for for directing the airflow. So when it starts to fly, and it is against wind. So today, the wind direction is good for us because we are against the wind. Then it is good for us to fly over, to rise to the sky. So because of the air driving force and then because of some dynamics, and then it will fly rise to the sky. And when it should fall to the ground, then you should also in a position against the wind. This is a real paraglider. And this is the air room, and there is an air directing hole. I have observed this. Some players' airbag is not so wide, some are narrow. So are there any considerations for this? This is the primary level airbag. ENA, ENB, and C are all the levels, and this is for primary level. This is suitable for primary level players. The speed is slow. When the airbag is larger, so what are the disadvantages? When the airbag is big, then the resistance is big. Just now you can see the high-level paraglider. The opening is small, and when it starts to fly, it has good driving force. It means that it is high efficiency for flying, and then it has longer distance of gliding. It is also like the sparrow, because the eagles have longer wings. The eagles fly faster than the sparrows. If you want to fly cover 1 kilometers, if you are 100 meters above the sky, how long can you cover? The proportion is 1 against 11. When you go to the international competition like the Asian Games, and what kind of paraglider would you use? During Asian Games, there are different requirements. As for the fixed points, you should land on the fixed points. So if we use that paraglider, and then it is stable, so we use the primary level paraglider. If the competition is for speed, then you must use the faster paraglider. We can see the players are not inside. It is about 12:42. So everybody is about to accomplish their tasks. So when they reach one point, they will reach to the next point. You cannot reach to the first point, then you arrive at the third point, and then you do not have the scores for arriving at the second point. So in our competition, some flying computers have problems, and the programs in the computers can only record the first point scores. So sometimes you should also fix the computers. Some netizens want to ask, in the sky, what kind of difficulties will the players meet or dangers? It depends on the weather conditions. For so many competitions, some paragliders have collided and they do not see each other, and this is so dangerous. When they bump into each other, and we have the backup paraglider, and they will use the backup paraglider. So this is to ensure their safe landing. So what others? What about others? It is greatly affected by the wind. When the wind flow is not in the same direction and there are different directions of wind, then the paraglider will be shot, and the flying conditions will not be so good, and it will be disrupted. And if you are not lucky, then also there are some other problems. They would give up the competition. During your flight, have you ever met some dangerous situations? For you, you will not think it is a problem, but during our flight, when we meet such conditions, we will think they are dangerous. For the normal flight, you do not know what is the situation ahead of you. And then you're falling, and you will see your height. If you have some flight, for instance, 2,000 kilometers, if you have time, if there is no flight, and the extreme distance is about 300 meters, you should cast the backup paraglider. Many of the players have started to arrive at the first point, and the distance here today is 47.1 kilometers. And how much time should the players spend? About 1 hour. So they should spend about 1 hour to accomplish the task in the competition. And if they are lucky, they will cover all the distance within 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. And the air conditions are good, and many of the senior gliders will accomplish the task, because I have watched these items today, and they have set the items successfully, and the players. The items are complete, which can reflect the skills of the paragliders and the players here in the competition. It can reflect your skills if your skills are not so. If you have not have a great mastery of your skills, you cannot arrive at the destination. And also, there are destinations which are open to the public, because it is at the top of the mountain, and the signals, including the telecommunication signals and mobile signals, are not so good. In order to have this live streaming, we have prepared much. many of the working staff, including the telecommunication staff from the China Mobile and China Telecom, have arrived us to secure the live streaming. But they are also the second number 2 point is at the southernmost and the number 2 base. So in this direction, we cannot see them. So our live streaming just ends here. The warm-up of the World Cup will last until 31st of May, and not everybody has the competition because for the setup of the items, because if the air conditions are not so good, the weather conditions are not good, the competition will not happen. But all of the competitions will be the scores at the competitions will be accumulated in the rank of the players. And today we can continue to watch this live streaming, and if also there are some fantastic moments, we'll be make them into the videos. And this is the end of the live streaming. Thank you for your watching.